Yo, 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 what's good, what's good, what's good, y'all, what's good, what's good? Alright, peep, 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 ready? This is a guide for my homies that don't know anything about artifacts. You know what I'm saying? Like my girl Kate, my
Benny's
girl
Adventure
Kat,
Team,
and whoever else
assemble!
sees this video. I don't know, randoms. Alright, anyways. Kate, you want Bennett, right? Let's level up some Bennett. So if you go to attributes right here, you can just click on details and you can see all his stats. The crit rate to crit damage ratio, you want 2 to 1 or 1 to 2 or whatever. Just your crit damage should be
Ow!
at least
Where did
double your
that come
crit rate,
from?
right? So if your crit rate's like mine's right here, 61.5%, you want your crit damage to be double that. I think that's 2 to 1. Yeah. And that's just DPS, right? And that's for most of the characters. Like for example, look at my Zhao. My Zhao's crit rate to crit damage is kind of nuts. 75 to 183. That's pretty good. I basically crit every time. My Ganyu too. 60% to 171. Basically all of my DPS characters like Eula, 62 to 176. It's basically crit damage is up there. That's what you want in DPS. So for Diluc, I know Diluc's your DPS. Look at that, 53%. So over half of the time I'll be critting for a lot. Cause look at that crit damage, right? That's basically what you want essentially. So that's how you would determine your artifacts, what rolls you need on them and stuff. So let's say like you have 200% crit damage, but like 20% crit rate, right? Like there's something wrong with your artifacts, so you gotta work on the artifacts. Anyways, artifacts. The domain or the set you want is the Crimson Witch of Flame set, the 4-piece set for Diluc. Um, yeah, that just increases his damage. Okay, so you see how there's 5 different tabs of artifacts? So there's a flower, there's a feather, there's a timepiece, there's a goblet, and there's a crown. Um, this crown, I mean, it's not called a crown, it's called a circlet, but it looks like a crown, so I call it a crown. These artifacts each do different things, right? So let's start with from right to left. We'll start with the circlet. The circlet is, I think, the most important one when it comes to damage. It's just like raw damage because this circlet is crit damage and crit rate based, highly based on that. Like you see this primary stats crit damage, primary stat crit damage, primary stat crit damage on this one, primary stat crit damage on everything. That's what you want on circlets, either crit damage or crit rate for the primary stat, right? So let's say you have, like I said, you have 200% crit damage and like 20% crit rate for your character. For your circlet, you would want crit rate as your primary stat instead of crit damage, you know, to even it out, if you get what I'm saying. So like for an example of crit rate would be this one, primary stats crit rate, and look at that substat of crit damage. Like you can't get any better than that, right? That's just lucky. But yeah, that's your circlet. That's what you want. Nothing, anything else is trash. Crit rate, crit damage, primary stat, always for circlet. For DPS characters. Moving on, goblets. Goblets is the next one. You want the elemental damage bonus for that character. So you see right here, my Diluc, he has pyro damage bonus. You want that because obviously he does pyro damage. For my Xingqiu right here, we'll move over to the left one. Xingqiu obviously has hydro damage bonus. On his, Eula has physical because she's a physical character. And Ganyu has cryo damage. Those are the stats. That's what you want in your goblet. Anything other than that on your primary stat is trash. You want elemental damage on the goblet. Moving on. Timepiece. Timepiece is weird. It's a lot more flexible than all the other artifacts. So for DPS characters, it's usually attack percentage as a primary stat that you're looking for. Yeah, that attack percentage for every character, and try to get good substats. Always try to go for crit rate, crit damage as substats. If you can't get it, that sucks, but that's what you want. Yeah, so timepiece is always attack, but there's some exceptions. Like let me find somebody here. Like Raiden Shogun, for example, she scales off of energy recharge. The more energy recharge she has, the more damage she does. That's why instead of attack percentage for Raiden Shogun, I have energy recharge on her as a primary stat. So it just depends on what the character scales on, but it's usually 99% of the time it'll be attack percentage. All right, moving on. Feather. Since the primary stats for feathers will always be flat attack, like the primary stat for feathers never changes, right? So it'll always be attack, obviously, and then the substats they'll change, obviously. So you always want crit damage, crit rate, but the primary stats for the feathers are always flat attack. All right, moving on. The flower. The flower's primary stat is always HP, just like the feather is always attack. The flower is always HP. The substats again, you want crit rate, crit damage, and that's all for the artifacts. It basically sums it all up. One thing I can tell you is the timepiece, for example, for the primary stats for the timepiece, goblet, and circlet. These three right here. Elemental damage bonus only comes in goblets. So they will never come in the crowns, they will never come on the timepiece, they will never come obviously on the flower or feathers. It will always be on the goblet, which is why you always want elemental damage on the goblet, because you can't get elemental damage on any other artifact. And that's it. Alright. Yeah, that's basically all it is. Maybe I missed something. Okay, let's talk about pieces. Oh yeah, sets. Right? So there's some characters that want a 4-piece set, like D-Luke. He wants a 4-piece set of the Crimson Witch of Flames. That's his set. He wants that. Now there's other characters like Mayula, for example. Let's go to Mayula. Mayula, she really doesn't have a good 4-piece set. I guess you can do the Pale Flame set, which is, you don't have to worry about that because you don't have any physical characters. But Eula is best with physical damage, and there's 2 sets that does that. The Bloodstained Chivalry, which increases, if you see right there on the right side of the screen, increases physical damage by 25%. And then there's another set right here, which is the Pale Flame set, which also increases physical damage by 25%. So both those sets together will increase physical damage by 50%. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you see on the right side right here, 2 different sets, but they do the same thing. So that's why my Eula does a lot of damage. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that's about it. If you guys have any questions about what sets, characters you want, I'll do domain runs with you, and I'll help you out with that. But that sums the artifacts up, basically. And I'm gonna show you some domains y'all can do for your characters. All right. So let's start with let's see what character you got. Right? You don't got her, you don't got her, you don't got her, you don't got her, you don't got him, you don't got him. Nope. Okay, Bean, you have Mona. So, for Mona's artifact domain,
you want to learn some favela?
It will be, where's it at? Inazuma. Where's it at? Where's it at? Inazuma. It'll be this one right here. The Momiji Dyed Court. I'll help you farm it, because I know you don't have really good artifacts right now. You can't solo it, but that's her set. Or you can do 2-piece. So you'll be 4-piece that, or you can do 2-piece. Where's it at? 2-piece Hydro set, which is this one. Just get 2 pieces of the Hydro set, and then 2 pieces of. Oh my God, I'm trash. 2 pieces of the domain of the Noblesse set, which was what we were farming earlier. Yeah. But that's honestly, just ask me what domains are for what, and I'll help you out. But that basically sums up artifacts. If y'all have any other questions, just let me know. Alright, peace. Alright, y'all. Alright, we back. I knew I was gonna forget something, but I didn't want to make the video longer than what it needed to be because it's already long. But I knew I was gonna forget something. Anyways, another thing about artifacts, if you have, let's say you have a gold artifact, but you only have 3 substats on it, because max is 4 substats. You can have 4 substats. Um, yeah, every 4 levels of the artifact. So my artifact right now is at level 0. I'm gonna max this one out just for the sake of to show you how it works. Every 4 levels, a substat will upgrade. So let's say you have 3 substats right now. At level 4, you'll get a 4th substat. But let's say you have 4 substats at level 0 already, you basically get an extra roll for free because you don't have to roll for that 4th substat at level 4 because you only have 3 substats. It already comes with 4, right? So you just get an extra roll for free. So for the sake of purpose, I'm gonna show you how it works for every 4 levels of artifacts, and I'm gonna explain on the way. All right. And I hope this rolls crit damage. If it rolls crit damage, perfect. Actually, I'm feeling a little spicy. Look, we gon' max it out early. We're just gonna go straight to 20. Straight to 20. This is kind of... Alright, let's see if I got something I can... that's pretty good. Okay, this one's kind of trash. Alright. We're gonna level it up. You see how it says it adds 1 new bonus attribute? So that's the 4th substat. And then it randomly upgrades 3 substats. So I hope I get crit damage. It'll be kind of nice if I do. Here we go. Yo! Oh, but you see, okay, you see these right here? It rolled HP once. It rolled crit rate twice. And I got crit damage once, which is kind of good. Too bad it rolled on HP. Let's just max it out. Let's see if I get crit damage. Of course I got HP again, so this is trash. Like I don't want this. The reason why I don't want this, let me show you. I got a better cryo damage, which is this one. Look at that crit damage right there. 28%. You can't get any better than that. But yeah, so every 4 rolls it will upgrade a substat. This is trash because it rolled HP twice, crit rate twice, and crit damage once. So that's 5 rolls, which is usually level, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 5 rolls. Yeah, and that's that. Also, if you guys want any like in-depth guide of certain characters, like if you want me to go really in-depth with Mona. Mona's the most complicated character, I think, in this game. She's really hard to understand and play. So if you want an in-depth guide for a certain character that you have, I'll show you builds, how to play them, what to do, how to rotate with them in your teams. You tell me in the Discord, let me know what, hey, Kev, make a video on this character for me real quick and show me how to play this character. Yeah, Bennett, I can show you how to, what to do with him, how he works, how Fischl works, how Zhang Ling works. Yeah, just let me know and I got y'all. So y'all don't have to watch some random dude on YouTube who doesn't know, who just confuses you because you guys are kind of new to this and he knows what's up and, you get kind of confused. I can explain more stuff to you because I know you guys. So just let me know what characters you want me to go over in depth and I will. I got y'all. Alright? Alright, y'all. Yo, this video's taking a long time. Anyways, and another thing I forgot to say, remember when I mentioned that the goblets only come, or you should only have goblets that have elemental damage bonus as the primary stat, because the goblets are the only thing that comes with elemental damage bonuses. The circlets are the only ones that come with crit damage and crit rate primary stats. So you will never find crit rate, crit damage primary stats on any of the other 4 artifact pieces, only the circlet. And goblets only elemental, and attack has everything but elemental damage and crit rate as a primary stat. And these never change, like I said, the flower and the feather. And that's it. Bye. Alright, y'all, yeah, there's another thing I thought I was done. I don't know if this is the last thing, but that's another thing I remembered. Anyways, you remember how I said that there's 5 tabs of artifacts, right? But there's only 4 a 4-piece set, right? So what's going on with that fifth slot, right? Because you can only have 4 pieces of a set to make up a set, right? So here's my my recommendation for your artifact sets. So you want the flower of that set that you want. So I'm just gonna use D-Luke for this example, for the Crimson Witch of Flame set, that set. So you want the Crimson Witch flower, you want the Crimson Witch feather, you want the Crimson Witch timepiece, and you want the Crimson Witch circlet. The goblet is called your off piece, which is the 5th piece that doesn't belong in the set. Because only four pieces of that set can exist. So there's no such thing as a 5-piece set, right? So the goblet is another flexible artifact that can be any set. You can use any set for the goblet because the elemental damage is the hardest thing to get in the game. The right set, like pyro, I only have 2 pyro goblets. I've been playing for a year and I only have 2 pyro goblets that I have farmed. And yeah, they're hard to get, the elemental damage bonuses. So the goblet will be your off piece usually. It doesn't matter which artifact you use, as long as it's a gold artifact that has an elemental damage bonus that corresponds to your character. So that will be your off piece, if you get what I'm saying. So you see this, for example, everything. I have a 4-piece Crimson Witch of Flame set for D-Luke. But look at the goblet. It's a noblesse piece, right? Like what the hell? That's your off piece. So this is what you call an off piece, and that's what